The Online Safety Act, or also known as OSA, was first introduced as a proposal around 2017, and after years of discussion and development, it officially became law in 2023. Now, in 2025, there have been updates to the legislation, most notably, stricter enforcement measures. One of the most controversial changes is the requirement for official ID such as a passport or driving license in order to access age-restricted content. On the surface, the OSA appears to be well-intentioned. For example, the effort to remove harmful content like material relating to suicide or self-harm from children's social media feeds is definitely a positive step. Protecting young people from dangerous or triggering content is indeed an important goal. However, there are serious concerns with how the law is being implemented, especially around privacy and censorship. The requirement to upload ID to access certain types of content raises significant data privacy risks. Now, obviously, this won't actually protect kids, as they can and likely will use VPNs or fake documents or borrowed IDs to bypass the systems. Instead, this measure raises real fears about surveillance and data misuse. The larger issue, though, is the threat this law poses to free access to information. There is a growing concern that the OSA could be used to censor platforms like Wikipedia. Under proposed changes, Wikipedia may be classified as a Category 1 service, which would subject it to the strictest content regulation and verification requirements. That could mean the removal of a lot of information or the forced implementation of age checks, something that the Wikipedia Foundation has strongly opposed, citing their users' privacy and freedom of information. This kind of regulation sets a dangerous precedent. While the stated aim is to protect users, particularly children, the powers granted by the OSA could be easily misused by governments or powerful interest groups to suppress content they find undesirable or politically inconvenient. The vague and overly broad criteria for harmful content could result in the arbitrary removal of legitimate information and opinions. This is not just about protecting children anymore, it's about who gets to decide what information the public is allowed to see. Such censorship is fundamentally at odds with the democratic values, including freedom of speech and the right to access information. That's why many people in the UK are pushing back. A petition on the official UK Parliament website to repeal the OSA has gained significant traction. At the time of writing this script, it has over 333,564 signatures, which is much more than the 100,000 needed to be considered for debate in Parliament. In summary, while the OSA may have started with good intentions, it now poses serious risk to privacy, freedom of expression, and access to information. It's crucial that we scrutinize how these laws are enforced and ensure that the safety doesn't come at the cost of fundamental rights. Now, just a little bit after writing this script, everyone who signed up to the petition got an email from the government that they won't be repealing the OSA and actually want to implement it as soon as possible.